show that the sum of n terms of the progression log, these are the terms of the progression log x. What else? Log x squared.
Log x squared.
What else?
Log x cubed.
Let me write that well.
Log x raised to power 4.
Log x cubed. Log x raised to power 4, etc. and so on. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Is equal to what? They say we should show
N
that the sum is equal to n into brackets n plus 1 over 2 log x. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Good. So how do we show that? But we don't, first of all, we need to check, we need to find out what kind of sequence it is. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You need to find out what kind of sequence it is. Is it a geometric, an arithmetic? Is it a geometric or an arithmetic progression? Is it a linear or an exponential sequence or an exponential sequence? That's when you know what formula to use to determine the sum of n. It's sum of n terms. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So what do we do here? We can write this as log x squared is the same as log 2x. You can write the sequence, the terms of the sequence as log x to log x. Do you still remember this? And what? Do you still remember this?
Yes, sir. 4 log x.
Beautiful. And 4 log x. 4 log x and so on. Do you understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
now let's check. If I do T2 over T1, is it going to be the same as T3 over T2? T2 over T1 is what? Is 2. Do you know? Is it the same as T3? What's T3? What's a third term?
3 log x.
What's 3 log x? Over what is T2?
2 log x.
Beautiful. 2 log x. Log x and 2 log x, that's 3 over 2. Is that the same as 2?
No, sir.
Good. So that means it is not an exponential, it's not an exponential sequence. Do you understand? Let's check
Yes,
if
sir.
it's a linear sequence by subtracting, preceding terms from current terms. So let me say, the common difference is supposed to be T2 minus T1. T2 is 2 log x and T1 is log x. What does that give us?
That's log x.
Log x, fantastic. Now, let's check, is T3 minus T2 the same as, log x? 3 log x minus what? 2 log x. What would that give us?
Log x.
Log x. And you can see that T4 minus T3 is the same as that. It's also the same as that. Exactly. That means it is what? That means it is what?
D equals T1.
No, that means the sequence is what kind of sequence? No, that means the sequence is what kind of sequence? Beautiful. Linear sequence. Exactly. No, this is how I'm going to do it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say it's a linear sequence. I'm going to say T2 minus T1 equals 2 log x minus log x, which is equal to log x, and T3 minus T2. Or if I like, I can even say T4 minus T3 is equal to 4 log x minus what? 4 log x minus what?
X.
Beautiful, minus. Beautiful. 3 log x, which is equal to log x. So that therefore means that the common difference is log x. So how do we now show that the sum of n terms? That means the common difference is log x, and therefore the progression, we don't even need to say that since we have already said common difference. You know, the examiner already knows we found that the progression is an arithmetic progression. So we can now find Sn. Sn, we want to show that it is equal to that. What's the formula for the sum of n terms of an arithmetic progression? Can you remember?
Yes. Yes, sir.
You know, you have to remember the formula. Let's go. It's what?
N over 2
N over 2, beautiful.
into bracket 2a.
So a plus.
N minus 1d.
You used to remember that? Or
Yes, sir.
you don't remember all the time? Okay. We now want to show that it is equal to n plus 1, n into bracket n plus 1 over 2 times log x. So we are going to simplify this one and see if it will give us n into bracket n plus 1 over 2 log x. Do you understand? If we're able to do that, that's a proof. So what does this mean? N over 2 into bracket what? 2, what is a? Log x. Do you understand? You know a is T1.
Yes, sir.
Plus what? N minus 1. What is the common difference? What's the common difference?
Log x.
The common difference is also log x. Good. And that means what? N over 2 into bracket 2 log x. Are you there? When you open the brackets, plus n log x minus log x. Do you understand if you open the bracket here? Do you understand? Hello? Do you understand?
Sir.
Do you understand? Yeah, that was simple now. So 2 log
Yes,
x
sir.
minus log x is what?
Log x.
Log x plus n log x. Are you there? And that's
Yes, sir.
equal to, what can we do? N over 2 into bracket log x plus, I can write n log x as log x raised to power n so that I can combine the logarithms. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And that
Yes,
means
sir.
n over 2 into bracket. No, when I combine the logarithms, what does it become? Log p base b plus log q base b is what? Log pq base b. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So that will be log what? X times x raised to power n. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
X times x raised to power n.
That your correct is again.
Okay, the network is bad. Maybe let me stop it and restart it. Can you see it now?
No, sir.
But just follow what I'm doing. Look at that. Log x times. No, you cannot see it. Let me restart it.
You didn't get it until anything.
Look at that. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Is it showing now? Check it now.
It's coming up. Let's say now.
Okay, good. So that will be log. Should I go back again, or you understand it up to this point? Did you get up to this
I
point?
understand it.
You got
Yes,
up to
sir.
this point, okay. So that will be log x times x raised to power n. Let me use this kind of bracket here. Exactly, log x times x raised to power n. And that's n over 2 into bracket log x times x by n. And that's going to be what? N over 2 log what? N over 2 log what?
xn.
No, xn. A raised by 1 times a raised by n. What's that? Is that not a raised by 1 plus n?
1 plus n. Yes, sir.
And so what will it be?
X raised by 1 plus n.
You must always remember those laws. Log x is by 1 plus n. Exactly. And that's the same as and that simply means what? I can bring, this power is this 1 plus n is a power, exactly,
Yes, sir.
to the x is by 1 plus n. So I can write that as, let me write it this way. Can you say that as x is by 1 plus n? Can you say that? So that means I can write it as, can you say that?
Yes, sir.
That means n over 2 times 1 plus n log x. Do you agree? That was a piece of cake now. Do you agree? Are we not already there?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree? If I say log p raised by n base b, it's the same as saying n log p base b. Do you understand? So log x is by 1 plus n is the same as 1 plus n log x. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And what do we have? N over 2 times 1 plus n is the same as n into bracket n. 1 plus n is the same as n plus 1 now. Don't you agree?
Yes, sir.
Over 2 times. That was a piece of cake now. That was quite cheap. And if you want to write it exactly the way it is written here, you can write it that way too. You can say n into bracket. Why am I even writing it twice? I should just write it once. I can write it this way. N, just to look exactly as they gave us. Do you understand? Exactly the same as the one they gave us. Is that not it? That's it. That was a piece of cake now. I didn't even know it was going to be that cheap.
That
That was a
n
piece of
is
cake.
by n plus 1 over 2. I thought that was the thing used to.
Where do you see? I didn't write n is by n plus 1 over 2. Where the...
No, that n into bracket n plus 1 over 2 log x. I know that time I said we should show that they are equal.
No, they said you should. They said you should show that the sum of n terms of the sequence is the same as this. So that means you find a way to express the sum of n terms of the sequence in this form. That's what it means. From here, it simply means n over 2 times 1 plus n now. And 1 plus n is the same as n plus 1. So that means n times n plus 1 over 2. And you can write it as n times n plus 1 over 2. And that's the same as n into bracket n plus 1 over 2. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Simple. Multiply by the logarithm of x times log x. That was a piece of cake. Now let's go to the next one, because that's why I was surprised you couldn't do any of it. Let's go to the next one. Have you written it? That's on line 11.
I've not written it.
Wait, I'm even deleting some of the things. Write it. Write it quickly. It's a proof. When they say you should show that something is something, that you must be able to say that thing is the same as the other.
Please scroll down.
That's it.
coming up. I got it now.
Okay, that's good. Show the question. You know, we had to be sure. We had to be sure it was an arithmetic progression before we used that formula. If it wasn't, we would use the formula for a geometric progression, for the sum of n terms of a geometric progression. Are you there now?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have you finished it?
No, sir.
Okay, hurry up. Are you there?
No, sir.
Okay.
That'll be cool up.
Is that enough?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's good. Let me even check number 12. If we've not already done that. We've done number 12 now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I think we've done number 13 too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to 14. Find, how couldn't you do number 14? Or didn't I give you that? Okay, I don't.
You don't get yes, sir.
Okay. What about number 15?
Number 19.
I didn't give you number 15 too.
Yes, sir. But I
I didn't give you. Hold on, Uncle. I didn't give you. No. You say yes, that means I give you. And you say no. I say I didn't give you. I didn't give you number 15.
No, sir.
16.
No, sir.
Okay. Did you do? I think we did number 16. Did you do number 16?
No, sir.
Okay, maybe I skipped. Okay. I gave you all the odd number questions. Okay, maybe when we finish them, you do all the even numbers. Can we go now? Can we write on?
Yes, sir.
Good. So what's the next one? What's the next one on the
About 21.
number?
21.
What about 19? I didn't give you 19.
I've done that.
Did you get it?
Yes, sir. They're not number 19.
Write your following decimals as proper fractions in their lowest terms. Are you sure you would? Anyway, let's go. Maybe I'll check that. What's the next one? 21, right?
Yes, sir.
I didn't give you 20 because it's an even number. 21. Can you read the question? 21. Can you read the question?
The second and the fifth term of a geometric progression.
Second and fifth cannot be 10. Second and do you know that? Okay, do you know that what's it called? You are going to you are going to take an exam in English too. So if you don't start checking your grammar, you don't want to get A1 in math and A1 in physics, biology, chemistry, and an E in English. Do you?
No, sir.
So you have to make sure that your grammar is always correct. The second and fifth, those are two terms, so it can't be 10. The second and fifth terms, take that again.
The second and fifth terms of a geometric progression.
Let's go.
The second and fifth term of a geometric progression are 1 and 1/18 respectively.
No, not 1/18. That's 1/8.
1/8 respectively.
Respectively. Hold on a sec. So what does that mean? T2 is equal to what?
1.
1. Beautiful. And T what? T what's the next one?
T5.
T5 is equal to what?
Equals to 1/8.
1/8. Great. Now read further.
Find
the
common ratio, the fifth term.
Good.
And the eighth term.
So we're starting with 21A. Find the question A, common ratio, B, first term, and C, eighth term. That's a piece of cake. What's a formula for T2? What's the formula for T2?
A.
In a T2 now.
Of
a GP, they said. The terms are terms of a geometric progression. AR. So T2 equals 1. That simply means AR equals 1. Now, what's the formula for T5?
AR raised power 4.
If T5 is 1/8, that simply means AR raised power 4 equals 1/8. Beautiful. So, what can we do? There are many things you can do, but I want to divide the equation 2 by 1. Do you understand? Let me call this equation 1. If you don't want to do it that way, you can make A the subject here and put it here. Exactly. Whatever you do. However you choose to go, you'll be correct if you do the right thing. So I'm dividing the equation 2 by 1. That means AR, you divide the left-hand side by the left-hand side. Left-hand side of equation 2 by the left-hand side of equation 1. And the right-hand side of equation 2 by the right-hand side of equation 1. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. So AR raised by 4 divided by AR is equal to what? 1/8 divided by 1. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And that means what? R in R raised by 4 is R raised by 3. A cancels A. Do you understand? So R raised by 3 equals what? 1/8 divided by 1 is 1/8. And R will be the cube root of 1/8. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Which is what? 1/2.
1/2.
Keep it. That's R. That answers the first question. What's question B?
I don't know.
You got that? I didn't say you didn't get any of them. You should get some. What's question B? Question B says find A.
The first term.
No, A says the first term. AR is 1. That simply means A is equal to 1/R. Do you know? Which simply means 1 divided by 1/2. And that's what? That's 2. Do you understand? That's the first term. What's question C? The eighth term. What's the eighth term? The eighth term of a geometric progression.
That's A.
What's the eighth term? AR raised by 7. Good. And that means 2 times 1/2 raised to power 7. Do you understand?
Yes,
which simply means 2 times 1 raised by 7 is 1, 2 raised by 7 is 2 raised by 5 is 32, 2 raised by 6 is 64, 2 raised by 7 is 128, 2 here, 1, 2 here, 64, and that's 1 over 64. And that's it. That was a piece of cake. To the next, please. What's the next one? So the
Number
next
23.
23. Yeah. Take the question. Give me the question. Have you written this one or you got it?
No, I only got the common ratio.
Right. So I need to get the first thing. 23.
That please scroll down.
That's not on this page. $23. Okay, it's here. Let's go. That's 23. Do you understand? Can you say that the questions are simple? The questions are simple.
That please scroll up. That please scroll up.
Oh, there you go. Are you there, please?
Almost true.
Okay.
Have you scrolled up? Time true.
Good. So the next one. Where's the next one, please? Number 23. 23A. Let's go.
The nth term. Find the sum of the nth term.
No, that's not it. There's no
Okay.
find in it. There's no find in that question. There's no find in that question.
The sum of the nth term of a sequence is 20.
There's no. That's not what is written. If you are not reading what is written, that means you are not paying enough attention. Your two eyes are open and you are reading what is not written. That means your mind is not here. Take that again. Take that again, please.
The sum of the first n terms of a sequence is 20 minus 10 over 2 raised by n minus 1. N less than
where
or
n
equal to
is
1.
less than or equal to 1.
Less than or equal to 1.
Yes.
Find the sum of the first
A.
term.
No.
The sum of the first 5 terms.
Beautiful.
The fifth term of the sequence.
Yeah, that means they want us to find T5 and what? S5. S5 is the sum of the first 5 terms, which means T1 plus what? Hello?
T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus T5.
Beautiful. Wow, the fifth term is just T5. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So let's go. How do we do that? That's a piece of cake too. Now let's see that. The sum of the first 10 terms of a sequence is 20 minus 10 over 2 raised to power n minus 1 for n less than or equal to 1, or if you like, where n is less than or equal to 1. Now, sum of the first n terms, Sn is, we don't know whether it's a linear or an exponential sequence. Okay, sum of the first n terms. What do we now do? How do we find the sum of, how do we find the sum of the first 5 terms? They've given us a formula for it already now. Sum of the first 5 terms will be S5. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
S5 is equal to what? S5 will be what? 20 minus 10 over 2 raised to power 5 minus 1. Do you understand? And that's what?
Yes, sir.
20 minus 10 over 2 raised to power what?
2 raised to power 4.
2 raised to power 4. Beautiful. And that simply means what? 20 minus 10 over 16. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's what? 2 here, 5. 2 here, 8. What's 20 minus 5 over 8? Let's just do a rough work somewhere here. That's what? Is that not 154 over 8? Sorry, 155 over 8. What's the answer? Do that in a rough work paper and give me the answer. 155 over 8. Beautiful. That's the sum of the first 10 terms. Sum of the first 5 terms of the sequence. Do you understand? 155 over 8. Exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
what's B? What's question B? 1/8, which is the same as 8
The
in
fifth
15
term
is
of the
1.
sequence.
Hold on. 8 in 15 is 1. 8 in 75 is 9. And 9 is 72. 19 no number 3/8. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That's it. So let's go. The second question says what? What does it say?
Find the fifth term of the sequence.
Fifth term. That means T5. Now let's do this so that we can find, because we will need the first term and maybe the common difference or the common ratio to be able to find the fifth term. Now look at this. If I say these are terms of a sequence, can you say that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you would see that the sum of the first 3 terms minus the sum of the first 2 terms is going to give you the third term. What is the sum of the first 3 terms? 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6. What's the sum of the first 2 terms? What's the sum of the first 2 terms?
6.
Sum of the first 2 terms now. What is the sum of the first 2 terms? First 2 terms. Can't you see the 2 terms? First 2 terms. Can't you see them?
Okay.
What are you thinking about? So you would see that the sum of the first 3 terms minus the sum of the first 2 terms is equal to the third term. S3 minus S2 will be 6 minus 3, which is 3. And that 3 is the same as what? The third term. Exactly.
Yes,
You
sir.
also see that the sum of the first 4 terms minus the sum of the first 3 terms is the same as the fourth term. What's the sum of the first 4 terms? What's the sum of the first 4 terms?
7. No, 5.
Check it again.
5.
Sum of the first 4 terms.
5.
It's not 5 now. Sum of the first 4 terms. Add the first 4 terms together. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What's the sum of the first 4 terms?
3. 6. 10.
10. And what's the sum of the first 3 terms?
6.
6. So that means S4 is 10 and S3 is 6. And you'd see that S4 minus S3 is equal to what? 10 minus 6, which is 4. And that 4 is the fourth term. Can you see that?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
see that? Yeah, so you should know this. So that means Sn minus 1 will give you Tn. If n is 4, n minus 1 will be 3, and Tn will be T4. Do you understand? So that means
Yes, sir.
S5 minus S4 is equal to what? S5
T4.
minus S4 is equal to what? S4 minus S3 is T4. S5 minus S4 will be what?
T1.
S4 minus S3 is T4. S5 minus S4 will be equal to what?
T5.
S6 minus S5 will be equal to what?
T6.
T6. You can see that this one is just one less than this one. S10
Yes,
minus S9 will be equal to T what?
T10.
So if I say S20 minus S, what do I say?
X19.
S19, and that will be equal to T what?
T20.
T20. So the sum of the first 20 terms minus the sum of the first 19 terms will give us the 20th term. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll write it down so that it will be easy to remember when we need it. To be easy for us to remember it when we need it. So Sn minus Sn minus 1 equals Tn. Take note of that. Are you there? So now let's just find the sum of the first three terms. Sum of the first three terms is going to be 20 minus 10 over. Do you understand? 2 raised to the power 3 minus 1. And that's what? 20 minus 10 over what? 2 raised to the power 2. That's 20 minus 10 over 4, right? And that's what? That's 70 over 4. Is that correct? Is that correct? That's S3. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? Are you not paying?
Yes,
What
sir.
are you doing? Are you talking to somebody? That's
No, I'll check
S3.
it.
Okay, good. So you will not find, don't find the sum of too many times. Don't go to S5 or S10. Just use, first 3 and first 2. S2 will be
Yes,
what?
sir.
Sum of the first two terms, and that will be 20 minus what? 10 over 2 raised to the power 2 minus 1. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Which is 20 minus 10 over what? 10 over 2. Is that correct? And that's 15. 10 over 2 is 5. 20 minus 5 is 15. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. So that means T3. S3 minus S2 is T3. Do you understand? That means T3 is equal to what? T3 is what?
20 minus
S3
10.
minus S2. Good. No, S3 is not 20 now. S3 is 70 over 4.
Yes, sir.
Or did we make a mistake? And S2 is 15.
15.
So that means what? So do that in a rough work paper. That's 10 over 4. Is that correct?
Okay.
That's 10 over 4. And wait, Abdulrahman. They said we should find the fifth term, right?
Yes, sir.
Why are we using S3 when it is the fifth term I want to find? That's not a smart way to go. We should use something that will give us that T5. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? What's that formula that will give us T5? T5 is equal to what?
S5 minus S4.
You see, that's smartness. Exactly. You don't find first term, second term, and now find the other terms, and now find a way to get the fifth term from using those terms that you have found. No, just use a formula that gives you the T5 once and for all. Exactly. So before we do that, let's find S5. Let's find S5 first. S5 is equal to what? S5 will be 20 minus 10 over 2 raised to power 5 minus 1. And that will be 20 minus 10 over 2 raised to power 4. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Which is 20 minus 10 over 16. We even already got that. Why are we even doing that? Come on. Okay, I think it's normal because we have not had breakfast. We already found S5 now. What's S5? 155 over 8. 150. That's why it's good to practice a lot. You know the smartest approach to every question. We already know S5 now, so we only need to find S4. Do you understand? What's S4?
Yes,
that's the one that will be 20 minus 10 over 2 raised to power 4 minus 1. And that's 20 minus what? 10 over 2 raised to power 3. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Which is 20 minus 10 over 8. And that's what? 150 over 8. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? Please check and be sure. Is that correct? 20 minus 10 over 8 is 150 over 8. Is that correct?
Okay. No, sir.
It's not correct. That's correct. LCM is 8. 1 in 8 is 8. 8 times
Okay,
21, 60 minus 81. You think it's wrong because you thought it was wrong because I said you should check. I wanted it to be double sure. So that means T5 will be what? What's the formula for T5? What's the formula for T5? S5 minus S4, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is S5?
S5
What's
equals
S5?
to 150 over 8.
No, it's not 150 now, S5.
Okay, 155 over 8.
155 over 8. Beautiful. Minus what is S4? You know why I left this S4 as 150 over 8? Because it has the same denominator as S5. You know, I could have made it 70 over 4. Do you understand? But I wanted to, you know, I wanted it to have the same denominator as the S5. So what's S4?
S4 equals 150 over 8.
So what's the fifth term?
5 over 8.
Fantastic. That was not a difficult question. So I think we already answered A and B. Can we go to the next? What's the next?
I'm sorry then.
I know, but what's the next? Tell me the next one first.
Number 25.
25. 25A first. Okay, copy that quickly. Do we still have a lot to go? Do we still have many to go?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by yes? We still have up to 10.
Yes, sir.
We cannot have up to 10. How many are the questions? 10.
No,
We still have up
not
to 10.
it's not 10 again. It just means 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, and 35.
So that's how many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, okay. That's a lot. That's still a lot. Hurry up. Maybe we'll slam the brakes after this one. But let's see. Hurry up. Or you know what? Let's just go through the questions. I'll send you screenshots to copy the solutions later. To save time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Let's do that, and I'll send the note to you later. So let's go read 25. What's 25?
The sum of Sn of the first n term of a sequence.
What are you saying? No, the sum Sn, not the sum of Sn. The sum Sn.
The sum Sn of the first n terms of the sequence.
N term of the first n term. N term, is it just one term?
N term.
N terms. Terms.
N terms.
Take that again from the beginning, please. Take it again from the beginning, please. Yeah, let's go.
The sum Sn of the first n terms of the sequence.
Beautiful.
Whose out term is 4 times 2 raised to power minus r.
No, we are reading another one now. Which one are you reading? Are you reading 25? 25 says the sum Sn of the first n terms of a sequence is given by.
Sn.
No, read it again. You were saying house term. Where did you see that? Read it again. 25A, please. You are reading the wrong one. So read it again.
The sum Sn of the first n terms of a sequence is given by Sn equals n into bracket n plus 2.
Hold on a second. That's the formula for the sum of n terms of this sequence. Sn equals n into brackets n plus 2. Don't use any other formula. Let's go.
Find the sum of the 20th term, the sum of the 20th, 21st, 22nd term of the sequence.
Term. The sum of the 20th, 22nd, 20th, 21st, and 22nd what?
Second terms.
22nd what? Terms, not term. Terms, beautiful. So what does that mean? What does that mean? What does
That's
that
going
mean?
to be S20 equals to 20 into bracket 20 plus 2.
That's wrong. That's not the question. What do you think we should find?
Find the sum of the 20th, 21st, and 22nd term of the sequence.
22nd term or terms. You're always forgetting
Terms
when
of
it's
the
right.
sequence.
So what does this mean? What does that mean? What does it mean to find the sum of the 20th, 21st, and 22nd terms of the sequence? What does that mean?
We'll find each of them, we'll add it.
That means T20. Beautiful. And you were saying S20. There's no S20. They didn't say the sum of the first 20 terms. They said the 20th term itself, which is T20. The 21st, which is T21, and the 22nd, which is T22. We add all of them together. That simply means T20 plus T21 plus T22. Is that not it? Isn't that what it means?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you were saying S20. They didn't say the sum of the first 20 terms. And neither did they say the sum of the first 21 terms. They said the 20th term itself, the 21st term itself, and the 22nd term itself. What's their sum? So let's go. I can find T20. What's T20? What's T20?
A plus 19D.
What are you saying? T20. Did they tell you whether it was a linear or an exponential sequence? They just gave you the formula for the sum of its first n terms. So you cannot use that. If you have sum of n terms, the formula you can use to find an nth term is Sn minus 1. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We don't know whether it's a linear or an exponential sequence also. We can't use a plus 19D. If you say a plus 19D, then you're saying it's a linear sequence. So we're going to use the formula we use here. Look at that. This formula. Can you say it?
Yes, sir.
Tn equals, let me write it down. Tn equals Sn minus Sn minus 1. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's a formula you use to find nth term. Find an nth term if a sum of n terms is given. So what's T20? What's T20? What's T20?
T20 equals S20.
Beautiful. Minus what?
S19.
Beautiful. 20 is n. N minus 1 will be 19. So let's find S20 first. What's S20? They already gave you a formula. What's S20?
That's 20 into bracket 20 plus 2.
Beautiful. And that's what? 20 times 22, right?
Yes,
I think
sir.
that's 440. What's S19? You can see that I'm finding them separately so that I don't get confused. That'll be 19 into bracket 19 plus 2. S19 means the sum of the first 19 terms.
Yes, sir.
And that's 19 into bracket 21. What's the answer to that? Work that out quickly, no calculator. 918, 1, 2, 993. Is that correct? Is that correct?
I'm taking it.
So we can say, therefore, the 20th term will be equal to
1999.
Beautiful. So what's T20? That will be 440.
399.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what does that give us? No calculator. What does that give us?
41.
Say that again.
41.
Are you sure? All right, good. So now how do we find T21? T21 is what? S21 minus S20. Thank God we already know S20. So it's just S21 that we're going to find. S21 will be what? N into bracket n plus 2. 21 into bracket 21 plus 2, and that's 21 times what? You're not talking anymore. 21 times 23. That's 3624. 3624. 384. Are you there? So T21 is equal to what therefore? We already know S20 now. So T21 will be what? S21, which is 483 minus what? What's S20? Minus 440. You know, you will not find that one you already know again. And that's what? That's what? That's what, please? 43, beautiful. So how do we find, what's the next one? T22, right? What's T22?
S22
What's T?
minus S21.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And we already know S21, so we only find S22. What's S22, please?
22 into bracket 21 plus 2.
21, n plus 2.
Plus
Oh,
2.
God of mercy. And that means, so in the exam, the examiner will not call your attention to that.
That's 24.
Expensive mistake. So what's that? 2 times 20, 22 times 24 is what?
528.
528. So T22 will be equal to what? S22 minus what? S21. What's S21? What's S21? 483. Do you understand?
Yes,
Do you understand it? Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, make sure you go over it again. It's simple. So that's what? 528 minus 483 is what? Minus 483. 5, 4, 12, 4, 45. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. So we have the terms now. We have T20, we have T21, and we have T22. What did they say we should find? What did they say we should find?
The sum.
They are sum. They are sum. They are sum. So we can say T20 plus what? T21 plus what?
22.
T22 will be equal to what?
41
What's
plus
T20?
43 plus 45.
You see that it's a linear sequence because the common difference is 2. And that's what? What's the answer? Give me the answer. What's the final answer? Okay, I thought we were doing another. What's the final answer? 40 plus 40 plus 40 is 120, 121, 124, 129.
129.
That's it. And that's question A, Roman figure 1. Can you see that? So let's go.
Yes,
What's
sir.
B? What's Roman figure? What's Roman figure 2? What's Roman figure 2?
Find the first 3 terms of the sequence.
The first 3 terms. What does that mean?
T1, T2, and T3.
Beautiful. They want us to find T1, T2, and T3. Beautiful. T1, T2, and T3. So how do we do that? Do we need to use the sum? Since we have seen a number of consecutive terms, we can tell this simply. We have seen a number of consecutive terms of the sequence. We can tell whether it's linear or exponential, whether it's a linear or an exponential sequence. Exactly. I can say T21 minus T20 is what? 43 minus 41, which is equal to 2. And at the same time, T22 minus T21 equals what? 45 minus 43, which is 2. That therefore means D is 2. So it's a linear sequence. And then I can find the first term. Exactly. T1 will be what? Okay, no. I can use that to find, I can use this to find, the, what's it called? The first term. Exactly. T20 is equal to A plus 19D. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? And that means A plus 19 times D, which is 2, is T20. What's T20? T20 is 41. Do you understand? Which means
Yes, sir.
A equals, or if you like, A plus 38 equals 41. And A equals 41 minus 38. Which is what? Which is 3. Exactly. So the first term is 3. Exactly. So how do we find the second term? Now that we know A and D, you know, we didn't just start using A plus D. We checked if it was a linear sequence. We checked to be sure. We found out we found what kind of sequence it was before we chose, you know, this formula for its terms. So A plus D, that's going to be what? 3 plus 2, which is 5. And T3 is, what's the formula for T3? Are you there? You are standing up from that. You are getting up. Why did you leave? 3 plus. Okay, good. A plus 2 times 2, which is 3 plus 4, which is 7. And those are the first, second, and third terms. Is that all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's a 25B. I think we should stop here. Let's stop here, please. I'll send you, find time to send you screenshots. We'll continue from 25B. Do you understand? I'll send you the correction so you can copy it too. Exactly.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so that's going to be, thank you, Jack. Yeah, bye-bye. We'll continue from there later.